It's Friday Sews! Welcome to Friday Sews. It's Sewing Seams with Deb, and today we're going to talk about the socks that are finished with the knitting, which I almost finished last week, and some of what I've been making. So, welcome to my channel. And thanks for returning if you're a subscriber, or welcome if it's your first time. And today we're going to talk about some things I've been making and some finished objects and a bit about life. So last week I mentioned that I needed to make some undergarments. So that's what I've been sewing this week. So today on the mannequin, you can see a tank top that I've made, and it's a Love Notions Summer Basics tank top from Love Notions. And this pattern is a really good tried and true handy pattern to have, especially to use up a little bit of leftover fabric that's not quite big enough for a t-shirt, or it's a bit left over from a dress or whatever. Now this fabric here is double brush poly, double brush polyester that I got from Lush Fabrics, and I bought 2 meters of the white, and then I made the dastardly mistake of pre-washing the fabric with another colour, and it's come out quite grey, and so I'm very disappointed with that. So I've decided that I'm going to make my winter tank tops my version of a singlet that I will wear under my clothing, and so that's what I've made this week. So this one's ready to go. It's ready to start wearing in the double brush poly, and it's beautiful and cozy and warm, so I'll get a lot of wear out of that. Well, I also mentioned last week that I was going to make some underwear. I've made my own knickers, undies, pants, all those terms, a lot over the years, and I've been progressively working my way through a variety of patterns to see which ones suit my body shape. One of my favourites is the Megan Nelson Acacia knickers. So these ones are a free pattern when you sign up for the newsletter on the website of Megan Nelson. And I've made these a lot over the last few, I've made these a lot over the last few years. So again, I've used some scraps, some leftovers. So they've turned out, and I've used some wool mix fabric from the fabric store. And I have used this for t-shirts before. And so they're beautiful and warm because it's got a very high percentage of wool. So they're very mix and match. So I've got pink lining because I like to have cotton on the inside. So I've got pink lining and some basic knickers. There we go. The name of the company is called Stitch Upon a Time. And these are called scrundies. They make a few patterns for undies or knickers. These are called scrundies. So these are really good ones because I haven't made that style, but you can make the full body type ones. You can make the boy leg ones. You can make such a variety. So I like the ones that are a little bit more brief than that. Or certain times I have the full briefs. Sorry, this is a very personal conversation, isn't it? Talking about your knickers. Anyway, don't get your knickers in a twist, because these are the ones I made. How cool are they? Now, again, leftover double brush poly, you might recognise a dress that I've got made out of this. A Love Notions willow wrap dress I've got made out of this. And I will be talking about that in a moment as well, that dress. But now I've got knickers to match. How cool. Once again, I've got cotton on the gusset. It's just a little bit more comfortable. I've got self fabric around the legs because this is so stretchy. Anyway, these will be on trial. I'll see how they go. So there's no elastic in here. These are just like boy leg style. But I do have elastic, underwear elastic around the waist. I've used an old measurement. I was too lazy. I didn't want to remeasure. So I used an old measurement. Now, I've mentioned before that I've lost weight. So we'll see how these go. They might be all right for nighttime. So, so they are the scrundies. Scrundies. So we'll see how they go. Speaking of the willow wrap dress, I mentioned last time I had a few repairs to do. So this dress that I made relatively recently, this winter, the sleeves were a bit short. So I have put a cuff on the sleeves. And it's out of the same fabric. So, sorry, I'll just move that out of the way. So the sleeves are made out of the self fabric. I've just made them doubled over and made cuffs. See? So that'll be much more suitable, and I'll get a lot more wear out of that now. And I made it a little bit loose so that I can pull the sleeves up if I want to. And when you're doing the dishes, you don't want your sleeves in the sink water. So I'll be much happier with that now. And you never really can tell how something's going to go until you've bonded with it. You know, I'm a big fan of bonding. So bonding with my new garments. So that's all fixed up now. Good to go. So I didn't spend a lot of time with my sewing. I just wanted to get those few jobs done. I've had quite a big week with other things, which I'll get to. But I wanted to show you, yay, the finished socks. How cool are they? Really bright and cheerful. So I've got an image that I'll put up. So they turned out really beautiful. I wanted to talk to you about the yarn, which I didn't mention before. They're called Unique Sock. U-N-E-E-K. Unique Sock. And that was the box that they came in. So they're a unique sock. And the brand is Earth Yarns, U-R-T-H yarns.com. U-R-T-H. And that's the full, if you follow it all the way through and make them really long, they go right up to your knee. I didn't make them quite that long. So these were really easy to make because it's just all stocking stitch. Very easy. And I'm not sure how that heel will go because it's not a the standard heel that I normally make. But it came with a free downloadable pattern, which I downloaded clearly. So that's the pattern that I followed. So they were an easy knit. I've got that one ready to get to my daughter. So she'll be very excited about that. Yay! So it's all about socks when it comes to knitting at the moment. And because I've been pretty full on watching the soccer, and sorry, Australia lost. So we're not in the final, but we are in the third place. So the other socks I've been knitting, I might have shown you the start of these. Whoops. So I've got one sock finished. Came really nice, didn't they? They knit up beautifully. And then next one, I'm ready for the toe already. So I've got a lot done this week. That way. And I was, yes, I did talk to you about this because I remember mentioning this yarn. It's the Gallipoli wool 4-ply. And I'm using 2.75 needles. And the pattern I'm using is another one that I haven't used before. They're called Simple Top-Down Socks by Ellie Jones. Very simple pattern, and I just want to be able to understand how socks are knitted before I get too crazy and start with patterns. I have made some pattern ones before, and they're not the easy knitting. I like the easy knitting when I've got something interesting to watch. I couldn't decide which pattern to follow, but I do have this pattern that I thought about. So I've got the toe up and the top down style on this pattern to use, but I end up going with the simple top down, and so I'm cranking those socks. So these ones are for more my foot size, either myself or the other daughter or my sister or someone will get these ones, yeah, they're lovely and warm. They're 80% wool like they mostly are, 20% nylon. So they've got a 6-inch cuff and leg. That's quite long, so that can be folded over if it needs be. And it's going to have a 6 plus 1.5 inches, so about a 8.5 inch foot. So whoever they're going to fit is whoever's going to get them. So aren't they cool? So a bit about life. Well, I already mentioned the soccer. So that's been on the radar. And I just want to give you an update on my poor little doggy. She's gone to heaven. She's gone to that doggy land in the sky. I'm not sure what we say. She's chasing butterflies now. So on Tuesday this week, I made that terrible decision. And so I've got some cool pictures I'm going to put up here of Tiffy. She was very old. She was sleeping most of the time, very demented, poor darling. And she had a very bad back anyway. And she was, not enjoying life very much and in quite a bit of pain when the vet had a good look at her, and she realised that her eye was giving her a lot of pain. So anyway, the decision was made, and poor little Tiffy's gone now to that doggy heaven in the sky or wherever, and she's chasing butterflies, little darling. I want to say thank you to everyone for all your comments. Last week, or last time, I was trying to figure out what to make out of the red linen. And some of you will be getting to know me a bit more now and know that I'm slow to a decision with expensive fabric. Anyway, I still haven't decided. I guess what I've learned through all your comments, and I say I really appreciate your comments because it's helped me think a bit outside the box. I'm now thinking very seriously about a shirt dress, and many of you gave me some suggestions. I have looked at all of those suggestions, and there's some dresses that are out of the question. They bit too much like a sack for me, but I'm contemplating one or two. So I'll get there. I have to just make that decision and get on with it. So that's part of my plans. And thank you for all your suggestions and your interaction. You may have noticed that there's a little button down below that says join. If you click on that and you're interested, you can join. I've got 2 levels set up. And it's like joining my club. So the first level is called the Seam Rippers. And at level 1, you get early access to vlogs, and there will be other things coming for level 1. And it's less than the price of a coffee a month. So that's the Seam Rippers. Then we've got level 2, which is the Seam Finishers. And there you're going to have, again, the same things that level 1 gets. And we're also going to have some meetups. It's a little bit like Zoom, So we're going to meet up and all be able to talk to each other on our meetings at the second level, so the seam finishes. So if you're interested, you're more than welcome to hit the join button, and then I'm going to be working very hard in the background, getting all of that set up and all the details worked out for us, and some dates put together for our meetups. They'll be virtual meetups. We won't be physically meeting up, not unless you live in Perth, and then we might physically meet up. But once again, the theme is always relaxed, friendly and fun. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So, and thank you also for those new people that have subscribed. We've got some new subscribers, and welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying the chit chat that I have, and the waffle, but also the little conversations that we have around the fabrics that I use, the questions I've got about various, what I might make next, the knitting, the various things, and also the life. So welcome to the channel. And for those that are returning, I'm very glad to have you back. I think it's a great opportunity for us to continue building our community and interacting with each other. I really enjoy every single comment, and some of you are commenting every time, and it feels like we're really getting to know each other. So I'm really enjoying that aspect. So that's it for today. Thank you once again for joining me and for sticking to the end. Hope you have a happy week. Enjoy your sewing. Stay well, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. %80 wool from the fabric store, and this is the this is